right. It's time for another Make Us a Mixtape. My name is Paul Farahvar.
I'm Marty DeRosa, aka Kurt Loder Jr.
We are doing a fun episode. That's loud, Marty.
I can bring that down.
Yeah. We're
Okay,
doing a fun
okay.
episode of horrible songs from our favorite artists this week on Make Us a
Yeah.
Mixtape via Zoom. Before we get into it, follow us, all that stuff, wherever you listen to us. You should email us at paulmartymix@gmail.com. If you have thoughts, give us a review. We definitely got some new reviews, Marty, I think because we begged for some last time. We finally got some. So we will
Yeah.
talk about those soon. And this week, we're just going to do my mix because I think we have a lot to talk about and to unravel.
Yes.
Song and band choices I made. Some are predictable, I think.
Yeah, I guess. I forget that you hate this Counting Crows song. It's weird that you hate any Counting Crows song. A little spoiler for next week, I have a Counting Crows song on there.
Oh wow. See,
yeah.
Okay, so the rules of this mix is that the artist is somebody that's a staple of our existence, and the songs that we pick.
Oh, okay. Well, then you know what? That disqualifies the Counting Crows.
That's
Do you know
what
Do you know what Counting Crows song I was
which
going
one
to
were
put
you
on
thinking
there?
of putting on your mix?
What?
Mr. Jones?
No. Mr. Jones is I think it's Mr. Jones is a great song. I like Mr. Jones.
What's your least favorite Counting Crows?
The cover of Don't it always seem to know that you don't know what you got to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like how you didn't have that on your
list. That song. I like their version. Their version made me like the original version better.
Hey, farmer, put away that DDT. Come on. Oh no. That's such a bad song.
If there ever is a need for a comedian who does imitations of 90s singers, you're hitting it on the fucking mark.
Listen. First of all, thank you. Second of all, I was my girlfriend Sarah does a lot of stuff on Twitch now, and I did a thing with her for her birthday, and we were talking about a lot of Gen X stuff, and I was killing all these millennials with my Gen X humor. It was pretty fun.
Last week we did Smashing Pumpkins. We got a lot of comments on that, and your Billy Corgan that week was solid as well.
I think, hey, if you like my Billy Corgan, Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling, he's a reoccurring character. So please check that out. Yeah, and I'm still getting hate from you and your attitude towards ska a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, I got one today also from
dude, Mike O'Keefe. Mike O'Keefe is he's not letting it go.
Yeah, he brought it up today, and so did somebody else. I think I tagged you. Listener mentioned how something's coming out next year. I don't want to be a spoiler, but that person loves ska as well. So it's the combination of things. Listen,
one of my Indiana buddies says he doesn't like your attitude.
I know you told. I've made a strong impression. So for this episode, I kind of leaned into my old man 90s Gen X personality persona. But like I said, the rules of this: horrid songs from artists we love and respect. This was a hard mix for me, and that's why I was surprised. I think the key to this is it's got to be songs that the band is known for, so you can't do like a deep cut.
Yeah, that's the thing too, because again, I haven't put my list together. That was as I was walking in the woods today. I go, I know what song I'm gonna put on there, and I thought about that Counting Crow song. But yeah, I mean, it can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna pick, because I mean, I have a feeling that the Alkaline Trio might find its way on there with a couple, because they've got some songs that are just like, oof. But I don't want to take some just like super duper deep cut on an album. I'm talking like a single or something. Like I feel like if it wasn't a single or a video, it's kind of
doesn't count, right?
Not.
The band themselves has already known, hey, we know this is just a filler. So
yes,
deep cut for those people that like weird shit. But like,
let me ask you a question. Going back to the Smashing Pumpkins lists we made, have you found yourself listening to more Smashing Pumpkins since then?
I did. And actually, I've become,
me
and
too.
one of your songs made it on my list. And then I realized that because I was looking at the playlist for WXRT, like songs they played, because the way I thought of this list were the songs that would come on the radio on
Yeah.
WXRT, AAA radio in Chicago, and I'd be like, oh, I hate this song, but I feel bad to turn the station because I love the artist. So I watched that, and then I was watching their playlist the other night when I was making this mix, and they're playing a lot of newer Pumpkin stuff that
Really?
that I was shocked at, from the
Hmm.
newer albums. Maybe they have an album coming out. I'm not sure, but
Yes. Yes.
but
Um,
but
interesting.
that's how I think of these songs. I think of these as songs that would come on the radio that were artists I like, but I'm like, why do they play this song from this band? And we talked about it last week. One of the songs that got cut from my list was "Disarm" by
Hmm.
Smashing Pumpkins. Since we talked about it last week, that didn't make my list. Um, Also, "Sweater Song" by Weezer. I feel like I shit on them before on a couple episodes.
Are you a Weezer fan?
I am a Weezer fan. I would say I'm a Weezer fan,
Really?
but
Okay.
they're not one of my favorites.
I
Uh,
mean, they've got some old. They're a band who, as they've aged, their quality output. I mean, maybe they've got some good songs on their albums, but like, I mean that like Africa
it
song
sounds
and
exactly the
like
same.
Beverly Hills, and I thought that Hash Pipe song might have been their last good.
For the Green Album. The Island in
Yeah.
the Sun was good. You know what? The last concert I went to, the last concert before the world ended, was
This
Weezer.
is you say this. I think you talk about this on every
I
episode.
was there. And
Let me
concerts are
guess. You
back.
were in Arizona for spring
Yes.
training, and it was a big festival.
Innings
And
Festival.
they go, "Hey everybody, let's just never stop rocking and rolling." And then the next day, COVID closed
Well,
everything.
the funny thing about that concert was their biggest hit for that fan base in Scottsdale. What do you think was the song that people went the most apeshit for? And they played all the hits that night. I mean, it was
Um,
significantly larger than what you would think. Let's just say,
I'm gonna go with either Africa or Beverly Hills.
this is why you are an insider, Marty. It was Africa.
Yeah, I mean,
Young crowd dug that shit.
it's a meme. It's a
You know,
meme. It's not, it's just a meme. It's
so
it's fine.
that was one that I didn't put on the list because I feel like we shit on them enough. And then I didn't want to put Bruce Springsteen's Pink Cadillac because I felt I get too much shit when I pick old people music. So I was like,
Yeah.
I
Hey,
gotta.
what do you think of that song 57 Channels and Nothing's On
What's that?
by
Who?
Bruce?
Oh,
Bruce.
oh,
That was
57.
that was like a maybe like a late 80s video.
I like that song. I thought it was okay. It didn't
I thought it
bother
was kind of cool. I thought it
Yeah.
was kind of cool. I remember being bummed because we only had 52 channels and he was saying 57 channels. And I was like,
How could you have
I
50?
could there might be wrestling on those 5 other channels.
Um, yeah, I didn't want to put that on there, and I wanted to kind of, because I have cool hair and stuff. I want people to think,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
he is in his late 20s.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't put them on, and then I was going to put a Tom Petty song, "Refugee," which I used to hate, but now I like it.
What?
I listened to it today. I was like, I kind of like this song.
Oh man. Uh
I didn't
that's
like it
interesting.
because it was I felt like it was racist when I was younger. I felt uncomfortable because
Oh,
my
okay.
parents were refugees.
Okay. Well, yeah.
But
That's
those are the songs
interesting.
that didn't make the list. So okay.
So what's cool is I've kind of forgotten your list and I'm excited. I'm not taking my phone out or anything. I'm kind of like,
No,
this
it's
is kind
fine.
I know every song on it, but I know because you did a little swap.
I
You
did
did
swap something in fair.
which we've never allowed that before. It's very bold that you did that.
Oh, I screwed up, but yeah, I definitely swapped it out. The first song on the list that needed to be addressed, we started the show with it, "Hanging Around" by Counting Crows. Absolute garbage.
Just a like Cole's commercial song. It's
I
just a
like that
fucking
song.
nothing song. It's nothing.
You like
It's
that song. I feel like you like it. It doesn't bother
right, but it's that. So I think there's two. To me, there's two Counting Crows.
Okay.
There's that early like August and everything after. Was that their first album?
Yes.
Okay.
The greatest album of all time, maybe.
That, I mean, that's peak Counting Crows. And
Agree with
then
you 100%.
Like the next one, what was the next album? What was the big song up? Was that Long December?
Yeah, that was on there.
Okay. That was like, it goes like August and Everything After is like a good album. You know what I mean? It was like critically acclaimed and all that stuff. The next one was like, oh, okay, there's a little bit of like, there's some songs here, but like, meh.
Sure.
And then after that, it's all music for like WB shows back in the day or like Kohl's commercials. Like it's like two different bands to me.
No, I agree with you. Hard Candy, all those other ones were kind of like they jumped on that train bandwagon of like easy listening.
No, they jumped on the Train where all their songs sounded like Train.
Train. Yeah.
It's so like I have like it's really weird that I mean, money will make you probably do a lot of that stuff, but like it's so weird that they were just like, it blew my mind that Adam Duritz, because I'd heard him on Stern a lot and other interviews, and it was like he seemed like such a like, I thought he was like more of a Ryan Adams type than whatever the dude from Train's type, you know, like I thought he was like had this music integrity and stuff. And I mean, you know, I'm not throwing stones or anything like that, but I mean, I think they just are like, oh, there's where the money's at. We'll make these songs for like VH1 soccer moms driving, you know, SUVs.
Where the money's at, baby.
I guess so. So that's my history of the Counting Crows.
But hanging around, I remember seeing him in concert, and they would play that like early 2000s, and that song, and people were going apeshit. It was like, this is the worst. Like it was like,
yep,
time to get a drink because everyone, all the soccer moms are running back with their wine coolers.
Yeah.
And I was like, now's the time to take a piss or get a drink because there's nobody in line.
Yeah. So now that things are on the verge of opening up,
well, everything's opened up here.
Well, you know what I mean, in the real world, in the rest of America. So what I'm asking you is, how much would you pay to see the Counting Crows at the Metro in Chicago play the entire August and Everything After album?
Maybe $800. $800.
Oh my God, that's insanity. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I love that.
I gotta get you an Adam Duritz cameo.
Maybe less. You know what? Because I feel like they would do. I don't like. Listen. Here's my thinking about that album. I like the studio hits, even with the jam bands. When I got into my jam band phase, I like the studio versions. When they would do I have the Storyteller live version.
And they do it weird. I had a rental car one time, and I was listening to like Sirius, and it was real like they fucked around with those songs big time.
It's too fucking weird. He did Anna Begins, the way they do it on the Storyteller or one of the live albums. It's like 8 minutes, and it's just him ranting. It's like
I feel like it's like one of those things where, you know, if you because I love, you know, getting a little yawnsed and then watching old music videos, and a lot of times if I put in like you know, Counting Crows, Mr. Jones, let's say I want to watch Counting Crows, Mr. Jones, you're going to get your video, and then you're going to get like them doing it on like Conan back in the day, and then what'll happen is like Counting Crows, Mr. Jones, like live from the Make Us a Mixtape Studios 2012, and you're like, oh, okay, click on it. They like, that song is not that it's nowhere near the original, but that song has been moved and changed because these guys are so bored playing it that now it's almost like sounds like a Me Too and the Gimme Gimmes cover of like Mr. Jones.
No, and I agree with you there. That's why the concert, maybe I wouldn't pay $800. That might be debatable. But
speaking of Me Too and the Gimme Gimmes, the reason why they're in my head is tapehead Kevin Aldridge told me to listen to the Me Too and the Gimme Gimmes version of Earl covering the Chicks, and it's fantastic.
Tell Kevin, is he the one that's going to make our new intro music?
Nope. He's a little busy right now. He's on the farm. He's on the farm in Texas getting things done.
I already wrote a song out. It's just right. It just needs to be sung by someone else, or you sing it, Marty,
as Adam Duritz.
in one of your multiple voices. I think that's what
Said I wanted to make us a mixtape. Yeah. Last December, is that their last great song?
No, I think Recovering the Satellites was the greatest song on that album. It's a
Okay.
B-side, but yeah.
Oh, you know what's your favorite I can't believe we're talking about Counting Crows this much. This is crazy.
And It Begins, or Murder of One. Murder of One, Recovering the Satellites, and It Begins are my top three.
What about Einstein on the Beach?
It's good.
That's numero uno, and counting, and Mr. Jones is number two.
Okay.
Can I give you one last thing, and then we'll get to the next song?
Whispered, I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
One more thing. Kevin's also a music insider, and he gives me a lot of my country gossip and stuff like that. So I get some interesting stuff. But I asked him, I go, listen, this is a guilty pleasure of a guilty pleasure, which that's like double dipping. I have been listening to, so Sarah had her Spotify thing on or whatever, and there was like a cover of something, and we were like, oh, that's so weird. And then we were like, let's play more covers. And that's what she was doing. She was playing more cover songs. And there was a cover song, Paul, that I was like, what is this? This is terrible. And then I listened to it again, and she's like, what'd you think? I go, can you play that again? I think I liked it. It's the band is RAC, all caps. I don't know if it's RAC or RAC.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
I do know who they are.
What's their deal?
I just know this. I have one of their songs on my
Is it a cover?
No.
Because they did a cover of Never Let You Go by Third Eye Blind, and it features a guy named Matthew Koma and Hilary Duff. And
first name?
The first guy, Matthew Koma, Koma, and Hilary Duff of Lizzie McGuire fame.
No, I know.
And dude, I dig the song so much. I would
play it on the outro.
I said, oh yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll play it on the outro. So check that out. All right, now
we got to move on.
We got to move on.
Now everyone knows the second song on my list is one of my favorite bands of all time, who I consider one of the greatest bands of all time, which is often disputed, never unproven.
The reason why we do this podcast might be this next band.
Yeah. Let's just cue in King of Pain by The Police. I don't know what it is about this song, but there's a little black spot on the sun today. I do not like this song at all.
No. Once this song kicks in, it's like, okay, cool. But I feel like this was the beginning of staying fucking around and thinking we're all just going to be on board with it. This is the beginning of I see the rain and the pour out there.
I remember hating this song when I was younger, and it was on the radio all the time. I was like in 5th grade. This was everywhere and I was a huge Police fan as a child. And I tried to say I like this song. I remember trying to convince myself to like this song because they're my favorite band, and I can't not like something they do because of loyalty. I'm a very loyal person. And we had to do music videos when we were in my
neat.
In my Brook Forest junior or middle school, and we did King of Pain. If I can find that video, we did, me and my friend Jeff Sullivan and Mark Glass, we were
that would be insane.
And we did a video. It was amazing. And everyone else did like stupid, like, Madonna, and that was like the most modern one. Someone did Elvis, whatever. But like we had King of Pain, and Mr. Becker, my teacher, was like, that's really good. Because he's like, you can have the words if you want. I'm like, nah, man, I know all the words. I knew all the lyrics.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think that once it gets kicking though, can you play it while it's like kind of kicking in? Yeah,
we just got to talk above it.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't get
when it's really kicking in, I think it's very like fun, like very 80s, very but it's like 80s driving music, you know, but it does take a little while to kick in. I don't hate this song at all. Like there's so many more Police songs that I would have.
This one is my. I mean, of the hits, this is the one that I dislike.
So what's funny is like there's another song. You can kill it. There's another song coming up. You can kill it. There's another song coming up that I think sounds similar to this. And I know that you work out to sad music.
Yeah.
I think you have an aversion to like fun music. You don't like ska.
No, I don't like
this song. This song gets a little fun. Is it the lyrics that bother you or anything, or is it just the kind of
the beat? The bass line's cool, but I don't know that the beginning, that those like xylophone sounding, instrumentations it just bothers me. I don't know why. It's not pleasant on the ears. And to dispute your argument, like I like fast songs. When I'm driving, I like if it's sunny out, I want to be like not Life is a Highway, but something like energetic, stuff like that. But when I'm working out, sissy, sad music,
I Want to Be Rich, that song, I Want to Be Rich. You like that when you're driving in the sun?
You know, the fun song.
I want money, lots and lots of money. Yeah.
Fun, happy-go-lucky songs like Trains, Meet Virginia, you know. But no, I don't like ska, but I like upbeat music. Just there's a time and place for it, not in the gym.
You know, I was watching Kingpin the other night, and they have a Goldfinger song called Superman that starts off the movie, and it's like, I don't know if there's a better opening track to a movie.
Well, Goldfinger had their moments. You know, it's crazy when you do comedy shows here in Florida. They ask you what songs you want to go up to, and we've talked about this before. I'm just like, you know, whatever. And I've learned not to say whatever, because if you say whatever, you're gonna get like Lit or like some really bad song. I got someone put me up to Primus, and it put me in a bad, like, I know that you and I we're beyond that, like, I don't really care. I just want to get, they don't care about credit. We don't, whatever. But it does, as a music insider, it does fuck up your set where you're like, why would you pick that for me? And I was like,
I get more mad. The thing that drives me the most crazy with the walk up song is when they play something that has like an intro, and by the time you're on stage, it's like they haven't even started the song. And it was funny because like there was a bunch of wrestling this past week, because it was WrestleMania, so there was like a lot of independent shows too that I watched all. Yeah, and I was just like, one guy was like, they played it had to have been like the interlude track before the main song kicks, and it's like, dude, stop doing that. Like, just go right to the music. It's just like so silly to do like a whole like little 30-second sketch, and everyone's just like. And then I was like, all right, he came out to that. If he wins, just go right into the music. Nope, he won, and then it was right back to the like, hey, have you ever done that? It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, you got to
amateur hour.
I think moving forward, I'm gonna probably decide on the music if I have the option, and it might be prima donna. I mean, obviously, if you're featuring or something like that, or whatever, doing a showcase show, it doesn't matter. But like, if you're gonna be on stage for like over half an hour, for me, I need something from the right. And tonight I said, because he was like, he obviously wanted me to say something, and I didn't pay attention. I was like, I don't know, like Pumpkins or like Beastie Boys, or I think I said Beastie Boys or Killers, because I was thinking about this show tonight, and he put me up. Of course, he put me up. What do you think he did? The most.
Oh no.
What song do you think he played by which artist? I gave him those three options.
Hold on, dude. Hold on a sec. I can't. You're like freezing up on me a little bit.
Okay, I gave him 3 band options: Beastie Boys, Smashing Pumpkins, and Killers. And whatever you want. And guess what? What song and band did he pick?
A Killer song.
No.
Oh, he did.
What's the lowest hanging fruit for a guy in his, let's say he's in his late 20s? All right. Well, I guess
a guy in his late 20s.
he played "Fight for Your Right to Party," Beastie Boys, which is probably already what he was going to play for me anyway. So
Yeah, I think that's played on every
every
comedy show or
yeah,
something. I don't know.
but it's fine. I don't hate
Interesting.
that song, but I do hate this next song from an artist that I really we don't talk about this artist at all. I want to. That's why I kind of put it on there because I feel like it's a good time to bring up Van Morrison and the song Moondance.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars above and
I feel like I know this song more from like BMW commercials or something than ever like hearing it. I don't think like XRT. Do you think did XRT play this song a lot?
They did. They played it a lot. And
Okay.
I was in the car with my
this
mom.
feels like a Sunday. This feels like Sunday afternoon listening to XRT.
So you know how they have the interlude in the middle where he has like this weird, like it's almost like a flute intro jazzy feel in the middle, and it's like long. Yeah. I remember being in the car with my mom, and my mom just let me take control of the music. Dad, we had to listen to radio, AM radio.
News, WBBM, soybeans.
Yeah, WBM or WGM.
Soybean report.
And my mom was like, "This is a horrible song," and I was like, "She's right." Like it was just distracting.
Yeah.
Jazzy. I'm not a jazz fan.
Yeah.
Are you a jazz guy?
Yeah, I kind of am, but like this is like, I don't know, man. This is like Austin Powers jazz or something. Like if you were in that movie Austin Powers and they went to a jazz club, it'd be like it would sound like that. I don't know.
And
I like, you know,
Morrison though. I think we've never talked. His name has not come up. I don't think anyone's put him on a mix.
No, I think is Brown Eyed Girl like one of the best because it's so long and it's like a journey. Yeah. I'm so like, you know how there's like certain movies and it's like, you fell for all their tricks or whatever. I know that song's all just tricks and stuff, and it's like us. It's but I love it. I love that song.
I mean, it's a not Counting Crows probably took that for Mr. Jones.
Yeah. I mean, it is a story song, and I love a story song, Paul.
Good song. Brown Eyed Girl is not. Moondance is just one of those. Listen, I remember.
You know why I like it? Because I think it's so like deep when they talk about like the plane crash and stuff, and I just think it's like because I like.
What are you talking
what?
About? You're
the day Brown. I'm thinking of The Day the Music Died by Don McClay. Brown Eyed Girl's a very fun song, though, by the way. I'm too high. Okay. Brown Eyed Girl. Brown Eyed Girl
has that car crash. And I'm like, I hear my Brown Eyed Girl.
No. Brown Eyed Girl. I'm so sorry. They're both great songs. They're in my top 100. But I think
that's not
Brown Eyed
artist. Yeah.
Here's why I like Brown Eyed Girl. It's just like it's so catchy. It's so toe tappy. That's why I like it.
Brown Eyed Girl is a good song, and Astral Works. And if you aren't a Van Morrison guy, but you like singer songwriters, go back and look at the real albums, not the best stuff bullshit. There's so many good deep cuts that he has. Days Like These was an album I listened to on repeat in '96. And my first album was called Days Like These from Shoeshine Boy as a nod to his These Are Days 10,000 Maniacs and to that album because I thought it was such a good. It was like his comeback album. But
I do remember that when he.
I love. What's that?
You know we haven't had like a big comeback. Like remember, I felt like there was always like somebody who was like making a big comeback because we had like Cher.
Van Morrison.
That's all I can remember. Van Morrison. But no, I mean it was like then Madonna when she came back with like Ray of Light. Remember that? Like that cowboy video. And then I just think like, or there was remember when like Pat Boone covered. He was doing like the kitschy versions of like Ozzy Osbourne. That was the theme song of the Osbournes.
Okay.
And remember Tony Bennett. Like I just felt like back in the day there was like this concerted effort.
Yeah, he did duets with like big artists. Yeah.
And he was still doing that. Like he was doing like Lady Gaga and stuff. Sure. But I don't know. I just think it's kind of interesting. It's kind of fun. Like when it was like, I'm back, everybody.
Yeah. Well, You heard it here first. Come on, Train. When you guys coming back?
I have a feeling they're still probably back. They are. I mean, like, I bet they have so many hit songs and they probably like crush it.
Yeah, and Spin
Which
Doctors.
is,
You heard we're talking to you, Spin Doctors. Where you?
I
at?
heard a thing where his voice is
He's not.
his voice is fucked up.
Yeah, he's not. He's got like lymph node issues. Also,
Yeah.
Greta Van Fleet has a new album that came out too. But they're not really a comeback, but so far I like what I hear. But that's another thing. And you know,
Maybe I guess the Strokes was like,
they kind of had a comeback, but
you
nobody.
know, yeah.
I think when things open up, you'll see more of it. I think people are working on albums because they were.
Everyone's sitting on albums.
Yeah.
I've heard.
And we should do an Irish episode. There's so many Irish artists that we can cover. Speaking of Van Morrison, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That could be.
Would you have put a U2 song on this?
No, because it doesn't qualify. Because I don't like it.
Because you don't like them.
It's gotta
Yeah.
be.
But is there a U2 song that you just hate?
There's more U2 songs that I hate than I like.
Yeah. I just like, the more I think about them, the more I'm like, I got tricked. I got tricked by those guys when I was younger. I really, you know what? I think it was like, I blame Rolling Stone. I blame MTV. I remember being a kid and that Zoo TV thing, I was like, this is bullshit. What is this? This is just fucking so stupid. And I was right when they were like, we're going to call the president of the United States of America. And I was like, it just was so dumb. I did not buy that.
The older Bush, they were calling him.
Yeah, they call.
You know,
every
they
night.
they have good songs. I think they do have a handful of songs that I really like, but for every one song I like by U2 today, there's 10 that I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? So they would never qualify here. And that's kind of it's just the way it is. But
okay.
I was gonna say this is a wild way to think of it to cue in our next song, but I'm like, you know what?
A happy song you don't like?
We don't do transition. This album, I love the album, hate this song, and I think it goes to the video, but I love the artist, and we've talked about the artist before here. This is my next song, Wild Wild Life by Talking Heads.
Out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
So goofy. I feel like he's mocking himself.
Oh my god, no way.
The video is annoying too. It's like a karaoke thing.
The video rules. I'm putting the video on right now as we do this.
Oh, you're watching it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Here's the thing. I think that he's a serious artist, and I think that's what pisses me off. And this goes back to, you know, all those we talked. Matt Drufke, listener of the show, a former guest, who loves these bands that have these silly songs. And this is like one of those silly songs. It's like, dude, what are you saying with your art? You have this platform, David Byrne, and this song is just one of those things. I'm like, ugh.
First of all, the video is outstanding. I forgot that it's the karaoke video. It's so outstanding.
Karaoke video. It's so good.
There's a lot of famous cameos in this video. There's a bunch of future stars in this video. John Goodman is in this video. This video rules. This is just another song that proves you don't like joy.
I think that how do you go from burning down the house to this? Or like, you have so many good songs. Once in a Lifetime is one of the greatest songs of all time, and this song is just like a sequel that you're like, why did you make a second Twins? The first one,
I mean, like, I just feel like it's, I don't know, man. Like, I just think like it's, I don't know, like it's just one of those songs where it's just like, I think that he did a lot of songs like and stuff that it was kind of just like nothing was the same. All these videos and songs were all very different, and I don't know, man. To me, it just seemed like, okay, I could see them doing this in the video and everything, and it just like, it was all great. I can't believe this is on here.
I was definitely going to put this on. I know that it's a fire starter for people, but listen, again, to qualify to be on this list, horrid songs from great albums or great artists. They're one of my favorite artists. I think Talking Heads are amazing, but this is one of those songs where it's just like, there's so many, and even the newer stuff that David Byrne has done, like Strange Currency, all the new stuff that he did, I really, really liked. Solo, and I like the side projects that the other members. But it's like, man, this song was just one of those songs where I'm like, I'd hear it on XRT, and they played this.
Oh, baby, XRT played the shit out of this song. This could be one of the most all-time played songs on XRT.
And the thing is, it's funny is if you ever want to see, like, there's a website, if you Google, you can see what the last 20 songs were that played. They're like, what was that song?
Oh yeah.
Whatever. And if you look at that, sure as shit, like if you're like, they play Too Much U2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Go to the last 20 songs on XRT or any AAA radio, and it's sure as hell. It's always like, you've got your Foo Fighters, you've got your new song, you got your Bruce Springsteen. They play all the songs, and you get mad. You're like, why are you playing that song? Like, there's so many better songs to play, and that's how I feel about this song.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know how much different "Burning Down the House" sounds than this.
I don't know. I think "Burning Down the House" is darker, and it's just a fun song. It's fun, and this is a fun. I get what they're trying to do, but it's like, it rubbed me the wrong way. But I remember the album was. Oh, you know what I hated the most about this song was the ending. Do you remember that? This is it.
What am I? I love that. That's awesome.
I just feel like you're calling it in.
That's awesome.
Not a fan. No. Can't do it.
Unbelievable.
What's your least favorite Talking Heads song? That's a hit. That's one of their big ones.
I don't even know. I don't even know, man. I honestly don't have any that bother me. Because to me, Talking Heads is just like, I either hear them on the radio or I see the videos. Like, I've never owned a Talking Heads album.
Psycho Killer, Road to
No, I love Psycho Killer. I love Road to Nowhere. I love them all. Like, there's nothing. One of the coolest things ever. I have a buddy, pro wrestler. His name's Tommaso Ciampa. He's awesome. And he used to be go by the Sicilian Psychopath. And he would come out to Psycho Killer and the crowd would sing it. And it was the fucking coolest thing ever.
Great song. It's such a great song. It's a story within a story. And it's also like a good song. It's got good music, good riffs, everything. This Might Be the Place. Take Me to the River. Life During
Overtime. I don't love Take Me to the River. Feels a little culturally appropriated. Even my young brain was like, I don't know if this is a white guy song.
Isn't that a cover? I think it's a cover.
It's like an old spiritual, I think.
I think it's let's see if
I don't know.
I think it's a cover.
Yeah, isn't it like a spirit? It's like an old spiritual.
Gospel, you mean?
Yeah.
It's written by Al Green. Yeah, it's fucking yeah.
Come on, man.
I knew that.
Come on.
You think it's appropriation?
I kind of felt like it was even back then.
Cultural appropriation?
I kind of think so. I was a little woke boy.
Are
you watching the QAnon documentary on HBO?
I don't have HBO. I'm not a big time.
You froze up, which makes me think they're listening. Are you? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard. I didn't.
You froze. Why are you watching it?
No, I don't have HBO. I don't have that kind of money.
You don't have HBO Max? You don't have someone's password?
No, I don't. I play by the rules, Marty. Remember?
Dude, guess what? I'm on Napster again. I'm like, if I opened up my trench coat, I got passwords for everything because I have so many cool podcast listeners who are like, you got that password? I'll give you this password. And I'm like, let's wheel and deal, baby.
So many people were sending me Netflix passwords when I was doing radio.
Yeah.
During the quarantine, and I was only watching shows on Me TV, and they're like, I was doing Elf and Webster and all that. They're like, here's my password. Stop watching shitty TV.
Are you a big Elf fan?
ALF?
Yeah.
No, it's unwatchable.
Because there's a fun podcast called Willie's Garage.
Oh no way.
That yeah, and they break down Alf episodes.
I would listen to it just to be like
Or
how
it's a YouTube, I think YouTube only. I
it's
don't know if it's
fun.
podcast.
Have you watched an Alpha episode recently?
I mean, I feel like I have because I watch a lot of Willie's Garage.
It's unwatchable. The show.
Yeah.
It's like bad. Perfect Strangers is the same thing, but that's a whole. We went down that rabbit hole last time.
Do you know Louis Anderson was the original guy from he was going to be in Perfect Strangers, him and Balky,
he was going to be
and their chemistry was just like a no-go.
He was going to be Larry, yeah, Mark Lynn Baker, and you could watch those episodes if you go online. You can
really?
Yep, yeah. There's like a it's pretty bad.
See it.
It was too dark. They said Louis Anderson was too dark, but
yeah. You're my cousin. Oh wow.
Wow.
You're my cousin. Awesome.
Were you gonna do when you started comedy? Did you think you were gonna do impressions?
When I what?
When you started comedy, did that ever cross your mind? Because you're pretty good at it. I mean,
sometimes I want to go. I'm so good at impressions, but I won't do them because I don't believe in doing them on stage.
Yeah. Well, they're so good. Like you really. I mean, it's funny.
Thanks. I could just repeat, like mimic stuff. I think it's all just. I don't know. Since I was a kid, I was able to do that.
I always could do a good balky when I was a kid, but it was really.
I would always drive kids crazy at school when I would like pick on them by just talking like them and stuff. That was like a fun.
Somebody told me that about you.
What?
No, that's it. I was just trying to cue in the next.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Last song. Somebody told me.
It's really taking its time.
So this was the first song I liked. Put them on. I mean, Mr. Brightside was big too, but I feel like this is the one that XRT and Q101 was playing first.
Sure, this was the first single off that album.
Right, and I remember being like, I hate this band so much because of this song, and then later, I became a huge fan of theirs.
I don't know. I'm a little yeah, they're weird. They're a weird band. You don't really change my opinion on them, and it really weirded me out was when I heard that original version of Mr. Brightside that sounds so much like the Strokes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you read
it sounds different, but yeah,
if you read Meet Me in the Bathroom, they kind of I don't know, they make them sound real like
opportunist.
Yeah, a little bit. Like they didn't really.
Flowers was very.
They came out sneaky on that in that book. They came out sneaky.
Brandon Flowers' solo album is really good too. I strongly recommend anyone that's a killer is on the fence about them, go listen to this stuff. He's great. I love the band, and they have an episode of Sound Exploder. Did you ever watch that? It's they take a band song and they do it. They did a different song for these guys.
What about that song? When You're Young.
When You Were Young is the one that they do on that episode.
That would have been my song of this.
That's the one I screwed up. That was originally on the list. I had to change it. So
you were right the first time.
I like that song. And after
it doesn't look a thing like Jesus. Yeah.
If you watch that episode of Song Exploder, they go through that song and all the parts and how the producers changed parts and whatever, and how they were on Molly and they went and they were going to put this other thing in there that didn't make the part. Like, it makes you appreciate the song more. And the thing about that show, which everyone's like, they're like, oh, you should watch it. Music Insiders, maybe that's true, but the ones that they've made into the Netflix special, because it used to be a podcast, are all
what is it on?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
Song Exploder, but they do like Alicia Keys. They do a lot of songs. They're like, oh, come on, do a song that people care about.
Yeah.
She's just telling stories about it's like, we know you wrote a great song and we know that it's polished, but I want to hear songs that were completely changed. Like they need to get Wilco on there. They need to get Bruce on there, Bruce Springsteen, and they need to get the Police on there, of course.
Someone needs to call the police.
the band. So
Yeah. What are you expecting from my list next week?
definitely an Alkaline Trio song.
Yeah.
Hopefully not a ska band. I feel like I hope you're not going to go heavy on the boss tones and
No. I'm almost like I'm trying to remember songs that were just like so ridiculous that it just like, come on, like almost pissed me off that an artist came out with a song, you know.
I almost had "Hurt So Good" by John Cougar Mellencamp on there, but I'm not like a huge Cougar fan, so
Yeah.
wanted,
Yeah. He's got a couple that there's. It's interesting now because I honestly was like thinking about just like good bands, you know, but I'm like, no, they have to be kind of like my bands.
yeah, that's the key. We talked about this because
Yeah.
I had Jeff Buckley's song on there, but then I went back and listened, like Jeff Buckley and Tom Petty songs that bothered me when I was younger. I listened to them again. I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
I like these now. So
Yeah.
I only need that visceral response that I have. Moondance, especially, like it's still.
Yeah. I have I have one that I've talked about a little bit on the show.
Okay.
That it'll make its second appearance on the show, but it's first as a song.
Okay.
And I think you'll really appreciate it.
You're gonna have I think you're gonna have a White Stripes song, maybe.
Which one?
White Stripes, maybe.
I don't like them enough to consider them one of my bands that I would pick on.
Alkaline Trio will have a song, but remember, it's got to be a hit. So I don't know if you don't like any of their hits.
It's got to be a hit. See, okay, then never mind.
It's got to be a song that's like attributed to that band that people outside
the
loop.
So I can't do. Okay. All right, that makes sense. I'll just keep my opinions to my sound opinions to myself because I keep veering off the track because I was going to do that Liz Phair rap song.
Oh, that might be.
But that wasn't like a big hit. It wasn't a hit.
Yeah, that's true. People didn't know it. They only know about it from our.
Yeah.
Well, if people think they can guess what's going to be on Marty's list,
yeah, let me know.
Message us at paulmartymakes@gmail.com. Message us your thoughts on the songs we had on my list. I'll have the list up there. If you want to argue with us about the merits of these horrible songs or the negatives about the bands that are amazing.
Yeah.
MartyMakes@gmail.com. Review us too, man. Tell people, Marty, they listen to you.
Yes, please. Do me a favor. Paul and I, we need this. We need these reviews. Yeah. We need to show the hot shots in charge at music networks that we bring it. So we need you guys to review.
What's our song that you're going to take us out to that you were holding on to?
Well, speaking of holding on, Paul, this song will Never Let You Go. It's RAC covering Third Eye Blind. This is Never Let You Go, featuring Matthew Coma and the lovely and wonderfully talented Hillary Duff. This song is so fun. I don't know why, man, but I like it. Auto-tune the fuck up. I was curious if they would do the rap part, which is like the cringiest but best part of the song. And let's see if I can go to it. Here we go. I think this is it.
Oh, I can hear it now. Oh.
Ooh. And this weird goodbye. I love it. All right, that's been the show. We'll see you next week, tape heads.